You're gonna die tonight.
That is a betrayal that I will not soon forget. Speaking of things I won't forget, I haven't forgotten about you at home. Hi, it's me, William Tramp, also known as This Effin' GM here, ready to narrate another wonderful game of Basements and Besties, the Dark Lanterns of Sharn.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah. That's the sound we wanted to put in their ears. Hey, if you're wearing headphones and listening very loudly, sorry.
I'm inserting that now.
All right, so
Edward with headphones.
Before we get started here, a couple of things I want to mention. Did anybody have any news that they wanted to share?
Oh, did you want to share where we'll be in August?
No, because that's a while away. I want to talk about the thing that's important for right now, which is going to be the D8 Summit Charity, which I have been, which is being held in Dixon, Iowa, Dixon, Illinois. Thank you very much. No, D8 Summit Charity has invited me to be a special guest at their convention. I'm very excited about this. It's going to be held April 19th, 20th, and 21st this year in Dixon, Illinois. This will be in just a few weeks. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, and you're going to be in the area, you should. It'll be a good time. And I'm going to be running games. And I really hope that somebody comes and sits down at my table. Hopefully you haven't seen too many of these episodes, because otherwise you'll know that maybe you don't want to sit at that table. But yeah, that's something I'm really looking forward to. And I hope to see you there. Does anybody else have any things that they wanted to share?
Just a reminder, hi everybody, that registration for NakaCon 2024 at this point should be open, so hop online and get your passes.
Yeah. What is NakaCon, by the way?
NakaCon is a local anime convention, an anime and Japanese cultural convention here in Kansas City. Distinct difference, because we do more than just anime. We are about Japanese culture and lifestyle and media.
I will say last time I had a really good kimono exhibit.
Yes, the kimono exhibits are always cool.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that one actually. It was just like, oh, okay, these aren't false productions that somebody just
They're
made in their basement.
They're legit.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Do you guys have anything?
I'd be working on a show or putting up a show around this time.
Sweet.
Where can you get tickets?
UCM.
Ooh.
That's the University of Central Missouri.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with tonight's game. Tonight's game of Level Up A5E. We are going to go ahead and start off with a question, as we typically do, right? So, tonight's question. During the war, or maybe perhaps after the war, when you entered your next wave of military service with the Dark Lanterns, at some point, you've received some sort of commendation, right? You've done something pretty darn heroic, and the Bralish government, the Bralish military wanted to recognize you for that. So, what was it? All right, we're going to go ahead and start off with Cassie.
Hi, I'm Cassie. I play Adelaide Oleander, a human bard whose own story has stepped outside of her dragon-marked house. During the war, Adelaide, as a member of House Orion, was part of the Couriers Guild, and she was lauded and sort of given an award within her house for developing musical code that was she utilized as a courier throughout Breland. She was working in the Breland area during the war, but used her music so that she could securely deliver messages to troops.
That's awesome. I'm assuming that we're not supposed to imagine this as like a rapogram where you just showed up and freestyle rap with them.
No,
Okay.
No. It's almost more if you've ever watched The Lady Vanishes, right? Where there's like a coded song they have to remember. It's her using her fiddling and her singing as messages, so that if they ever caught her, there was really no way that opposition could get that, except for maybe torture. She wasn't caught.
She was cat. And she would have talked anyway. No, okay, well, let's go ahead and we're going to move on from Cassie. We're going to move on to You call.
Me. Hi, I'm Colin. I play Brock, the bugbear berserker, who finds life a bit dull without an explosion every now and then. During the war, while he was doing his tour with the Bear Claws, there was an Aldarian artillery line that was wreaking havoc on the Braelish front, and due to some clever use of illusion magic by the Ondarian wizards, our reconnaissance was basically we didn't have any idea going in of what the sort of ground situation would look like, but he and Lucille the gnome, not Lucille the crossbow, along with another squad, basically went in blind and were able to set a line of charges that stopped the artillery for long enough for the Braelish company forces to lead the charge and push the front forward.
Very cool. I think I'd forgotten that there was another Lucille.
Yeah.
So I'm just me and my trusty old weapon.
Just the
death.
weapon. Yeah.
Just me and my weapon. No, it's me and the
That's
gnome
so lame.
that I wielded as a weapon. There's an old feat in 3.5. There's an old feat that would allow you to throw characters who are smaller than you, and the image that they associated with that feat was a half orc just hurling a gnome, holding a bunch of daggers. It was super clear that they were trying to kind of redo do fantasy version of the fastball special with Wolverine.
It saddens me that nobody played a small character.
Yeah, it makes me. I think about this all the time. All right, speaking of, but there are no small characters here. You're right. We have larger than life characters. I'm trying to compliment you guys. Anyway, let's go to you.
Hi. Hi, I'm Connor. I play Colton, a human warlock who made a deal with death, but he did not check the fine terms of the deal. Not long before Colton's end to the war, he was set to receive the Bronze Bear's Fang, a common military commendation for, exemplary service. It's very like the Bronze Star, really common. He and he was part of the 12th Infantry Division, and he and several of his other infantrymen, including a warcaster, held off during a retreat, were able to hold off a somewhat larger force using crossbows and magic to make in an entrenched position to make the enemy think that they had a larger force. Yeah, so they tricked them.
If I'm not mistaken, weren't these in the? And tell me if I'm wrong here, but didn't that happen in the mountains of Dargoon that sort of butt up against Breland, so you're able to use that terrain to get the impression?
It was a lot of guerrilla warfare, and like I said, with about 4 or 5 other people, they were able to use just ranged weaponry and magic to basically scare the enemy into thinking that there was more there so that they could retreat, and he was set to receive that.
By the way, we had never had this discussion. When I said, wasn't that in Dargoon? That was just a little bit like, yes,
no,
and.
I thought I liked it, yeah.
Yes, and.
Yeah,
I'm just hyping up our improv.
Valance told him that he did receive it posthumously.
Oh, excellent. All right, well, let's go ahead and move to Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I play Deidre, a human rogue who is trying to find her place in a world without war. So Deidre's commendation was actually pure happenstance. She was just goofing off with other rogues that were in the forward line, and they had come across a camp and were basically, you know how you do the dare of who can touch the snake without getting bit, how quick you are.
No.
Oh, you don't.
No, normal people don't do that.
Sorry.
What do you mean? That's a perfectly normal thing.
It's a rattlesnake thing in Texas. And so anyway, they were basically taking turns seeing who could get the most interesting item from the war camp that they had happened to go, and their job was to sneak in and come out with something interesting. She just happened to grab a bag, the first bag she could see, and it happened to contain military movement maps. And so she got a commendation for that, for accidentally stealing something important that they needed.
What'd you get? I got this real neat stick that some guy kept in his bunk because he thought it would be. What'd you get? Oh no! Game over, guys. We gotta go home. We have the plans. Didn't we march an entire army all the way across here to get those plans? Yeah,
I
what
guess.
a waste.
Whoops, they left it in a bag?
What a bunch of dumb idiots.
Yeah, what a bunch of dum-dums.
They should just play games. All right. Speaking of games,
Hello, I'm Dennis. I play RJ, the Warforged Adept, who is exploring his place in humanity while being dedicated to the defense of Breland. And RJ, being a Warforged, doesn't have any accommodations. The way Warforged were originally developed, they were tools. So they were not originally seen as people or living. And so they were never given the positions to, or the placements to be able to earn accommodations. And though Breland, as a nation and the king, has been supportive of the Warforged being considered living, it still hasn't changed enough in society that even as a Dark Lantern, he hasn't earned anything yet. He's hoping through his work here that he might do something significant enough that eventually it pushes the issue and it has to be acknowledged.
I have to imagine that at this point RJ is realizing very quickly, oh no, wrong group.
Either very much the wrong group or very much the right group. Because we might fall into the right thing that will get his name in.
This is either go real well
It'll
or
all
real
work
bad.
out, fellas.
Yeah.
Like, if we succeed, it's going to easily be us an even better commendation because someone's going to be like, how? We have to give him something good. All right, wonderful. Well, that is the question portion. So let's go ahead and move into the ritual portion that we didn't do. Right? Have you guys rolled?
No.
I thought we said we weren't going to vote today.
No, I said if we don't roll, then we can go ahead.
But we're rolling.
We're rolling, baby. Don't deny me the rolling of dice.
That was not a cheat code to keep the coins. That was a if we forgot.
No, I was going to start singing roll.
Did you get 6?
No, I got 3.
I don't get any new
No.
ones.
Don't stick it as portable.
Dang it! All right.
Don't you deny me rolling dice.
You really want to
Just a D6.
Okay. So, all right. Now we're gonna jump into the. I have something in my throat, by the way. I keep coughing. I'm so sorry. Let's go ahead and jump into recap. Yes. Okay. So, yesterday, in game time, yesterday was a difficult day for all of you. You began your investigations into some of the letters that you have received. First, investigating a lead in Quill Alley, where you discovered that a Franklin Windkeep has a connection to a high-ranking prince of the Lazar Principalities, and then you headed to Galinda Garl's abode / workshop to get some information. First off, Galinda Garl's obviously didn't go very well. What happened there, Sarah?
G got really interested in a box and opened it and didn't really think about what could be on that box, and it blew up.
Yeah.
And the apartment too.
It blew up not an apartment, it's just a shack on the dock, right? This was an apartment complex.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yes.
There was a apartment complex built out of a ship nearby, but no, that wasn't what blew up. It was the workshop. Now, Galinda Garl was able to escape in a strange automaton.
That looked like a crab.
That looked like a crab, yes. And you were able to gain some information. What information did you get?
We found a note written by someone named Amerigo that suggested that Kavala was expecting a delivery of magic weapons.
Not magic. I think we went over this, didn't we?
Oh,
They were just
was it
whips.
just dragon shards?
No, weapons.
Just weapons. So again, and we'll kind of mention this again. Eberron is widespread magic, but it's not like high levels of magic. So the kind of magic that Galinda Garl was using There may have been some magic weapons involved. The dragon charge clearly implied that there may be something along those lines, but also a lot of the way they make weapons are through magical processes. So rather than having a whole forge setup that requires all kinds of fire safety hazards, or safeguards. In Eberron, there'd be like a magical force that maybe didn't let the fire escape a certain way out, or a tempering processes that could basically do the exact same thing this one, but it's explained by magic. So
my mistake. Jumping to conclusions based on
that's
the
all right.
dragon charts. Anyway, we found a note suggesting that Kavala, a key member of Dusk, maybe the leader, I think.
Well, that information was actually found out later. What did you find out about Kavala?
We found out that Kabbalah's a bad mamma jamma. You don't mess with her. She is a major part, if not the leader of Dusk, and is involved with quite a few dark things, including what we're kind of trying to get involved with, which is the gladiatorial fights. But specifically, what the weapons would be delivered at the same time as these gladiatorial fights. We went to the place that we were supposed to deliver these, and kind of, screwed the pooch in trying to communicate that on our first go.
Yeah, so you guys did attempt to go to the Terrace Estate. That was
Yes.
your next stop. Your next area was to head to the Terrace Estate. This did not go very well. A couple of different attempts were tried to get in, but this ultimately caused some warnings to go up, which then called in some members of Dask. So you get some confirmation that this may be the right place. To come and chase you off, and that's when you guys found out through Lloyd about who Kavala is. And I believe Lloyd, if I'm not mistaken, said specifically Kavala is the leader of Dask.
Yeah.
Now, a new plan was devised. What is the new plan?
We have disguised ourselves as some rough folks and are using a crate of weapons provided by Brock's wonderful mother and stepfather. And we are returning to the oh my goodness, the name of the estate. I'm so sorry.
Terrace Estate.
The Terrace Estate. We are returning to them posing as the weapons delivery for the estate.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, there was a little bit of confusion, I think, on the rough and tumble type folks. I believe one of you is a hulking half-orc. Another one is a thin street performer. One of you is a warrior woman.
Yep.
One of you is a roughneck mercenary, and the last of you is a tardy woman. So I don't know how you made her look late, but she is clearly not on time.
Tardy with a T.
Yeah, tardy always begins with T. That's why I said
Oh my God.
Tardy.
That would be silly. So anyway.
All I'm saying is I read the assignment.
Anyway,
Okay.
how did the last session end?
So we had gone to Orb Confectioners, which is a relatively new confectionery shop in Malian's Gate that seems to be probably a front for Dask. They are very clearly affiliated with Dask, as we saw Noel go into the back room. The man working the counter, with some hiccups, did give us the right code to go to Terrace Estates, because it is a different phrase that you have to say for the fighting, not for the healing, because it is run as basically a under the radar healing station that are basically trying to fly under the radar of Jarasco, headed by a vivisectionist healer who is a tiefling. His first name is Kiln.
Kiln Trollgash, yeah. So it ended with
Us seeing him.
and being led into the manor, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, excellent. So we will go ahead, and this is where we open up. The Terrace Estate, as mentioned before, it's a modest apartment residence in Dura, which has been at one point must have been this very lavish manor, but it now is just kind of retrofitted into apartments. You are brought into the front door by a tiefling with I believe he had purple skin and
Red eyes.
Red eyes, and these long white horns that extend like nearly a foot above his head. And so that's you, and he's wearing these dark robes. You see in one hand he's gesturing you inside, and in the other he has a scalpel that's just like dripping blood onto the ground. Now, despite the fact that it was the morning, remember that there is no sunlight that reaches down here in Lower Down. So we invite you in. You can see that there are a number of lanterns lit and candles lit around the place to kind of provide a little bit of illumination. Come in. He says, and as he closes the door behind you, you have a delivery, you said?
Yeah. Got
Explain
weapons.
that further again.
Oh, we got weapons for a Cavalli. She told us to drop it off here.
You have weapons for you, and who are you with?
What's her name?
Galinda Go.
Yeah, that lady.
She sent us.
All right, let me see the weapons.
Open up the crate.
Okay, I'll take a look in the crate, and there are in fact a number of weapons there. He goes, good. They seem better shape than usual. All right, close that. Pick up the box. Follow me.
You two.
And he will start to lead you through the hall. So you all are led. So you are led through here, which this first room here, you have this front door, and there's this kind of large. There's a bunch of bookshelves lining the walls. This may have been like once a great entry to the home, but a wall has been put up here, kind of blocking off from another apartment that's been made out of the other side, and now there's just books and other there's books and knickknacks and other strange objects. You see like various skulls of different sizes and in different shapes, kind of set up. You see jars with floating things that maybe best not look too closely at. He will then lead you kind of around the corner there, and there's a large there's a dining room, and there's a very large table that can easily sit probably about 10 to 12 people. And you kind of just beyond there, you can see that there appears to be a kitchen, and then another exit even further down. So he will gesture to you to put the weapons on the table. And he'll say, all right, well, your payment will be sent in the usual way.
Right.
Excellent. All right.
Good. See yourselves out.
Is there anyone else here in the clinic?
You don't see anybody else, but this doesn't look like a clinic at all. I mean, the front room does seem kind of appointed and such, but this dining room just looks like a regular dining room. And the kitchen, you aren't in the kitchen, but it doesn't really look like a clinic. There's no waiting room or anything like that. You don't see anybody else.
D is just hardcore staring at Brock right now.
You don't suppose while we're here we could see some of the entertainment downstairs, do you?
Well, the next boat is to come. Is to come later this, or actually just is scheduled to arrive here in just a little bit. If that's what you wish to do, you are certainly welcome to wait.
Yeah, thanks.
Sure.
Obliged.
Mind if I look at the books?
No, those are personal. You can sit at the table sit at the table, and this is my personal abode. It's not a museum for you to wander.
Just not seen no books like that many before.
You sound like you haven't seen any books at all. Again, the table. If you need tea or something,
Yeah, that'd be great. Where's that at?
it's on the stove. All right, one tea. And he walks just through here and into the kitchen.
I'm gonna look at the dang books.
Okay, so you get up and start to move back. Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
16. But my dexterity is a. Oh, 3. So 19.
Right. He does not seem to notice as he goes to the back. You can hear a whistling sound coming as the hot water must be ready. You head over to the books. There are a lot of medical books.
Okay.
So,
And since I see the tea kettle ready, then I go back to the table and sit down.
well, okay, sure. You hear. So as you step out, and this was as you were walking away. You heard that bell.
Right. So I know. So I know.
So you go in there and spend some time looking. Then it goes off, and you quickly rush back in.
Yeah.
Sit back down, and he brings in. He's got 2 cups, and he sits them down, and he pours, and he goes. And he hands it over to you. It's not. There's a strong odor to it. It is a very aromatic tea that he hands over.
What kind of tea is this? It's really strong.
Free.
Well, I was just gonna. Oh, nice.
How's the other side of things going?
What are the side effects?
The more
What are you, a juggler?
you learn what you can down here, you know that.
That's true. I'm sure there aren't too many who'd be too excited to be sharing what they earned with one of your kind.
Guess we could get on short notice.
Take any job you get.
Well, I suppose I know something of that. And he sort of just almost, what do you call it? Unconscious, like doesn't maybe doesn't realize he doesn't know he's not doing this. He points his horn, but almost like just like out of habit, just sort of like kind of like reaches up towards his horns as he makes that comment.
Kind of like a little tick.
So,
Just world question: like, are tieflings actually like frowned upon in
Yes.
Eberron?
for the most part, yes, they are not a common race. As they are amongst in other settings. They're few and far between.
Okay.
If you would like to know more about it, you can give me a culture check.
Okay.
I'd like to sort of just nonchalantly pace around the dining room area, looking for any sign of a descending staircase.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
13.
13. You don't know much about the Tiefling people. You know that there were legions of them in Droem.
Mhm.
That upstart area of Breland that's trying to claim that they are their own nation, but that's not been recognized.
Okay.
They are one of the monster people.
And then kind of calling upon Cosmopolitan from how he's dressed. Am I able to tell anything?
He's really poor, and he works. He's poor, and he lives in. He's local.
Okay.
It's the idea that you.
Okay.
And he does not have. He's not a man. He's not a tiefling of means.
Looking at a 6 on that perception.
You're not sure. You don't see any. You don't really feel any creaking under the floorboards. You begin to wonder if there even is a downstairs. He pulls out a. He kind of pulls out a notepad out of his kind of fishes one out of his robes, and he puts it down and he just kind of starts scribbling some notes.
Are the notes within eyesight? Like, can you read the notes upside down, or are they in a cipher?
Those are 2 very separate questions, one depending on the other. You don't know if they're deciphered if you can't see them.
Okay,
So
the first
you're gonna go ahead
step
and try to get a look at what he's doing.
Yeah, nonchalantly.
Sure, go and give me a slide of, we're gonna call this sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Yep. That's really more like sleight of like leaning face. But they don't have a skill for that.
Not yet.
15, 17, 320.
He's writing. It's a very scribbly comment that he's writing in. You see 3 bandages, 3 bandages severed, like severed toe. He's writing down notes about a patient.
Okay.
So, because if somebody of my type were to be part of the entertainment, would you be able to do what you do for the ones that survive, or would I need to find somebody else?
What are you speaking code?
Just trying to ask if you can patch him up. If
If I
he
were
gets
to
hurt.
fight in the rings, would you be able to patch me up, or would I need to find somebody else?
I don't patch people up in the rings.
So your businesses are separate?
You need to do with a scalpel, man.
A lot of questions about what I do. He seems to be getting a hair suspicious now. Go ahead and give a performance check, everyone. This is going to be opposed by his he's trying to get suspicious.
Understandably.
Yep.
16.
Nat 20 for 26.
14.
18.
This is 16.
I run a house of healing here for people of the area. Other aspects of my other side jobs that I do have nothing to do with that. It's merely a way to fund what needs to be done for the people here.
Like you said, you take the job you get. I get that.
Yeah,
I
it's
understand
nice. It's just nice. You're a good guy.
Sorry to misinterpret it.
You don't know me. You don't know if I'm a good guy or not, and I don't seek validation from you. You talk a lot, all of you. I'm going to go ahead and take my notes upstairs. I need an inside check.
I would like a reroll for the inside.
16.
23.
15.
25.
Nice.
He has not seemed to be too keen on leaving you guys alone.
Mhm.
He seems to be very keen about getting out of this room right now. He stands up, flips his pad, and ahead. I'm going to go do my notes upstairs.
If we offended you in some way, I don't.
Nope, I just like to work in peace. And he's starting to head around the corner there.
I would like to stand up and quickly intercept him.
Explain that.
I would like to basically outpace his walking and block him off from going upstairs.
Seeing Brock do that, I want to come up behind him and cover his mouth.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna roll a. Okay. So here's how this is gonna go. Okay. So you run forward, kind of maybe as he walks around here, you maybe kind of catch there. You see the staircase leading up. You rush over there, kind of remembering the red light in the second floor, right? You rush forward. As he sees you, he sort of kind of takes a step back. And what I need from you is this to see if you can catch him by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
You need to give a we're gonna call this a stealth check. With advantage because the distraction he is providing.
14, 17, 20.
Wonderful. You managed you exactly what you wanted to happen. So you grab a hold of him and you put your hands over his mouth. And kind of holding him there.
I'm seeing this happen. Can I move to the front door?
Well, hold on. I want to let these
Okay.
you intercept them. These two are the ones who got to give them the chance to kind of let's lead to how this resolves. So you got him. What do you do?
Lead him back towards the kitchen, so we're away from this.
Okay, so he's
moving.
going back towards the kitchen.
I want to go to the front door, and if I can, if there's a lock or something from the inside.
There is, and it is locked
Okay.
currently. Okay, so he's brought back towards the table.
All right. Take like she's gesturing to her hips, like the rope, like her pack, like take this back. Like I can't hold him.
Yeah, Brock will take the rope from Dee's pack and start trying to bind him.
And
sure.
I'm still
so actually, he's going to try to. He will get one chance to escape
Got
as he goes. This is going to be a post strength. Actually, no, just against your grapple.
Which is my
He needs
DC.
to make a strength or dexterity check against your grapple DC. Yeah.
Okay, 12.
Yeah, he actually, as you point towards that, you turn your back towards that. He stomps on your foot real hard, and you kind of in pain, let go, and he starts to bolt.
I go to tackle him.
You're going to tackle him.
I gotta cut off the stairs, so roundabout and get in front of the stairs.
We're gonna roll.
Okay, go ahead and give me a. You're looking to knock him prone. It seems like, or knock him prone. So that would be a. He needs to make a strength saving throw against your maneuver DC, or be knocked prone. Yep, that is how these things work.
I apologize. What is my maneuver DC?
Maneuver
second
DC
page.
is
So whatever it is, he got a 5. So I know that you'll have higher than that. But it's 8
I
plus
just kind of like collide into him and just.
8 plus proficiency plus strength. By the way.
Oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
still
We're
save
good.
DC, but with your strength or dex.
Exactly.
So you tackle him to the ground. You basically knock him forward. He hits the ground. You run forward to block off the stairs.
I thought what I was doing, like grabbing the rope.
I dash forward with the knife and I put the knife to his throat and I'm like, I wasn't lying when I said you were a good guy. I don't want to do anything to you, so stop struggling.
Give me an intimidation check. Let's see if he. Let's see. In his right now, you have advantage because of these two over here.
19 plus 2, 21.
Okay, he gets the message.
Okay.
So he goes back to the table with you.
Right.
You get him into a position where maybe you tie him up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Sure, yeah.
Sure. The doors are locked, and you have him at his kitchen at his table.
All right. So, like we were saying, think you're a good guy. Brock.
Yeah, we're not with desk. We're just trying to get in. And we think maybe you can help us with that.
But it seems like you're with Desk since you keep, having Desk come help you. But you said you were just trying to find these people, so we're trying to get something from Desk.
At first, I thought you're giving me a lot of your trying and you wants.
Yeah. What do you know about Desk? Like, what's going on here?
So he's conflicted because he has two different people telling him two different directives. So Will's question is, do you guys want to get on the same page? Do you guys want to do you guys want to do the game where you guys talk over each other and he has to answer all of them? Because I hate playing that game. So I will go with these questions. So what was the question you wanted to answer?
I want to know what he's doing with Desk. What are you doing with Desk? Like, what's going on here in this place? Weapons and stuff.
There's an entrance in the basement, or an exit to the basement. Where the location of my particular establishment here is but a mere few hundred feet from the edge of the plateau, facing inwards towards the city. The gladiatorial matches, I suppose, I haven't seen them myself, are somewhere within the central plateau itself. Beneath, there's a airship. Not an airship, but there's a ship cloaked by the fog and the smoke that comes through and shuttles people across.
The boat you mentioned.
Yes, to a location deep beneath the central plateau. Kyber's Gate, they call it.
Do we need to know any specific thing to get on to said ship? Like your password to get in here?
No, once you're in, it's assumed you should be here.
Seeing if he's telling the truth.
Actually, yeah, I would like to do see if he's telling us the truth. If that's okay.
You can roll an insight check.
Not 20 for a 27.
13. Yep, he seems to be telling the truth, and not only does he seem to be telling the truth, but you got such a key in on this guy that I'm just going to go ahead and just let you know if he lies to you.
Okay.
With that nat 20.
A minute ago, you seem to be pretty clear with this. This is a means to an end for your clinic. If that is true, with what we are about to do, it may cost you some upcoming money. And I believe we, would be willing to help support your clinic because it's here for a good reason. If you can just stay quiet about us coming through here.
What is your... You skipped a step there, friend. what are you doing? Because depending on what your plan is, because apparently you wanted to do, all I know thus far is you want to do something. Everybody, my books are falling on the shelf. One of you looked over at them, didn't you? Didn't you? He yells.
One of them's missing.
Who slightly moved this one? Yeah. No, anyway, my books are moving on the shelf. People at home. You seem to have skipped a step though. What do you could have just gotten on so you didn't need to grab me or do all this weird whatever the fuck you're doing. So whatever you're trying to do, it may not be a matter of money, it may be a matter of me being dead. Because if you're doing something stupid and I have my name involved, then I will be dead.
Well, under the same guise as we just showed up with these weapons, we are going to go down there. And we have to have an interlude with Kabbalah.
His eyes go really wide at that. You want to meet Kabbalah.
Well, we want to get something Kabbalah has and then not either. Would be
Yes.
the preferred
Yeah,
method.
yeah, no.
You want to take from Kabbalah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Have you heard her have a round stone thing she likes a lot?
You're looking for a round stone from Kabbalah.
Yeah, that she likes a lot. She seems to keep it with her, keep it in a safe spot. I don't know if you
No, I don't know anything about the round stone.
I feel like his involvement is pretty minimal.
Right.
Or
I'm just.
is-
It doesn't hurt to ask, right?
She's not our intelligence of our planning.
That's clear. Otherwise, she wouldn't be just explaining everything right out loud.
If anything,
Intelligence listens more than they talk.
when we go down there, as far as anyone knows, you just let in the delivery people. You don't know who we are. You don't know what's going on. It won't have your name on it. Like she said, you seem like a nice guy. And we don't want anything to blow back.
Yeah, but the ship people are going to remember our faces. Well, these faces. And they're going to remember we got on the boat with him. And if we're going to do stuff in these faces from his boat, I would say we let him warn them. And we just know that they're going to know. Hopefully there's a delay in them getting a message. We could just ask him, hey, hold off warning them for 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, so just so I understand, you are disguised right now, looking to
Yeah.
go
Again,
find
she's
a
not our
round stone
intelligence.
from Kabbalah. D.
What?
You and I have
You just called her D. You do understand that I hear what you're saying. You are a mere 2 feet from me.
He can't see that. Just as for Connor, he can't see that.
I actually can't, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Look, your name doesn't have to be on any of this. As far as you know, you let the delivery people in. They went down. Something
I
unforeseen.
understand. I have to think through this. You guys all just keep repeating the same things and adding way more information than I need to know. Good Lord, I don't understand how you survived this long.
Yeah, see the.
We got a lot of luck.
Maybe some of that will rub off on you.
I am just saying, why don't we just let him say that we're coming down with the delay? So that way
Because
we
that's
We're gonna make
silly.
some decisions.
Because I don't want him to get in trouble. Because if
Let
Dax
him
is
make a
right,
decision.
Dax can come back and slit his throat.
And if that's how he chooses to move forward, we can work with him on that. But let's let him offer a solution if he wants one, or even give us a response to that. As he said, we keep sending stuff at his direction, but we don't give him any time to answer. Patience is a virtue. We know.
Well, let's see. How much?
I turn his paper over. Enough to make this list look like a weekend jaunt.
Grocery list. It's a list of symptoms. You see where it's lacerated.
Oh, because you had said bandages.
Bandages.
Yeah,
Yes.
bandages.
Unintentionally
Severed
threatened him.
toe.
I saw bandages, so I was thinking.
Bandages, severed toe.
Yeah. I mean, what does Dax pay you? Or what do you get from Dax? You know?
What was the last 6 months worth of this to you?
What was the last 6 months? What did Dax pay me? What is on that list? Fine. Well, that's an official number
Okay.
to go through. How about this? How about I name a price and you decide if you're willing to pay it or not?
That's acceptable.
$20 gold.
Done.
Deal?
What?
Yeah.
Fine.
The eye of the haggle, guys.
There's no reason to haggle.
Ugh.
This,
You're bad at this sometimes.
I want to do.
Yeah,
this, he has a reason for it. It's actually a halfway reasonable reason to need the money. Why are we going to cheat him out of good money?
It's not cheating. It's called just.
Do I get the sense that the 20 gold will like full on buy his silence, or is it he's going to take the money and rat us out?
Give me a perception check.
It's crossing his fingers.
It's 3.
I actually want to do my mind delve, detect thoughts, which is going to be a wisdom save for him.
Okay.
DC 15.
Okay. He passes.
And I can do it.
Does he know that you tried it?
Yes, he knows that. Well, no, he doesn't. It just doesn't.
We
We wrote out a
tried
clean
it.
procedure.
Yeah, no,
right?
that's what I
So-
say. He doesn't. He doesn't know yet
Okay.
because they're not probing deeper.
Excellent. All right. Okay.
I mean, that's an acceptable price.
I've already agreed to it.
Yeah, kind of thing.
If we pay, do we have to worry about you putting a candle on the window upstairs and us having people come from behind?
The agreement is no. I assume.
I just wanted to make sure we were clear on what we were asking. Because we asked for your silence, but you were smart enough to say you didn't say anything.
I feel like he's not trying to hit us with a technicality.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if you want to just go grab all the candles.
No. I asked him for a reason. You said that's part of the deal?
Yeah, speaking of which, you got some of those.
I don't
sorry, I didn't know if you were done. Every time somebody asks a question, for 3 people ask another fucking question. Ugh.
We're inquisitive minds.
Yeah, clearly. Sorry. What was the question you wanted to have answered? Oh, the technicality thing. Not a bad thing to be concerned about. Not a unlikely thing to be concerned about. But in this particular case, I don't care. You're gonna give me 20 gold. That's the fucking deal. Good.
No,
Just
we're
like I assume you're not going to slit my throat when all of this is done. Or, you don't slit my throat, I don't light the candle. You don't attach my name to it, I don't point out that D is a red-headed human woman. Which is not what you look like currently. You don't look like a red-headed woman. You disguise yourself.
But I did the thumbs up.
Yep.
okay. Perfect.
I think that's a pretty solid agreement.
You were here last night.
Yes.
Of course. Otherwise you wouldn't have known about the candle. I assume. I had to pull that out for months. Really knows this
That's good muscle, by the way. It's already down here.
That isn't my muscle.
I understand that.
That's what Dask offers, protection. So they don't anymore. Look! What was your question?
I was going to ask if any of them would get now.
Yes,
How many?
1. But I would expect more to be arriving soon. Because they tend to enjoy watching.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now.
Okay.
How do we get to the
The basement.
There you go. You got it.
How do we get to your basement?
That's... He just gestures towards you.
I'm just saying, you already said the basement is where the boat comes up. That's all I was saying.
You want me to answer?
Yes, please.
The basement is just through a closet door right before you hit the exit.
Thank you.
So should we wait at the platform down there, or is it more?
Prefer it.
Okay.
You don't say.
I think you're right.
Sorry for tackling.
I don't think you are.
A little bit.
My question was more along the lines of: is waiting down by the platform standard procedure for these desk guys?
I eventually send them down there anyway.
All right.
Okay.
Good for me.
Let's go.
Box.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Oh, yeah,
there's some
box.
other cake.
Nobody expects you to word to the wise. Nobody expects you to deliver that further. It comes to me, and then it gets put into the ship.
Oh,
Just something to consider.
And then we'll go down without it.
No, get it off my fucking table. I'm not dragging that thing out there.
Fine, we'll take it down with us.
Then you guys decide to go head that way?
Head over to the closet.
Yep.
Okay. It doesn't take long to hear the sound of like a loud banging on the door as you're going downstairs, and then you, as you head down, you can hear the sound of high pitched voices from above. That closet door, as you're opening, by the way, opens up, and there is a ladder. It's like there's just a hole in the floor. Really, less of the basement, more of just a hole in the floor, with a like a rung ladder, a old like iron ladder leading down.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be down first, I guess.
And you hear that people are being now let into the mansion, or the door's being knocked on, and he's gonna go start heading towards that door. So
I'll slide down.
I'm gonna go ahead and real quick before I go down the ladder, I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself to up because I'm worried now that he's seen through our disguise, and I'm gonna do it at second level, so it's 8 hours.
Okay, what are you disguising yourself as?
I'm gonna go with a mercenary look, similar to everyone else. So female mercenary,
What race, Cassie?
human.
Okay. All right. So you start casting a spell. So the sounds of your what is it, music, or how do you? It's a verbal component, right?
1 second. I will go ahead and actually do it. I'll use one of my inspirations to do. It just sounds like I'm talking to myself.
No, you already announced that you did it, and you did not announce doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it is. It would be.
But if you'd like to spend a coin, you can edit the situation and choose to do it that way.
Then I'll spend a coin.
Sounds good.
Will and his insatiable hunger for coins.
Give me my gold.
When you announce it and I start making rolls, that's not the time to change it. So okay, so you go ahead and make it sound like you're talking. Am I correct?
Yeah, it sounds like I'm just like talking to them about how to get the weapons down.
Sounds good. Okay. So and then you head down. Does everybody head downstairs?
Yes.
You see a long dark tunnel. But you can see like towards the it kind of leads off like towards where the back direction of the house would be, off towards the east. You can see that at the very you can there's the smell of that smoke smell, and that kind of that there's that smell from outside that like filling the tunnel here now. And it's hot and the walls are very moist from the condensation. You can see it's kind of like lit up at the end, like you see like a kind of a dull like orangish glow at the very end, or at the end of the tunnel, some like 100 feet down.
Are we alone for now?
You appear to be sure.
Okay. So just as a reminder, Dusk is not too keen on humans mostly.
Oh. They don't like you.
No. They're very much about monstrous types. Or, non-humans.
So they like you.
They like half of my current disguise, basically.
So,
Maybe should I just drop it, or do you think there's a...
Well, there are some humans because we've seen them.
Right. What I'm
Not
trying...
their preference, but not completely opposed.
I'm just saying, if he wants to take front, right? 'Cause
I think that's a
Okay.
good idea.
Yeah.
Also, code colors, the names.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry.
You're not the only one. Green said,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I said I look at Brock. I didn't say his name.
I don't think she said.
Passive perception. Passive perception.
16.
Passive perception.
16.
11. 14%.
All right. As you guys are discussing what to do with your disguise, suddenly the area refills back up with light as the closet door swings open, and you look up. You look up because you're the lost victim down because you delayed to cast a spell, and you look back up and you see a gnoll covered in bandages. With a bow drawn, and he sees you, pulls back, and shoots at you. And he is getting surprised on that because nobody has a higher than 16 passive perception, correct? Yeah, because he got a 20. So he takes a shot, gets a natural 20.
Fuck!
And you are going to go ahead and take a total of 2d6 plus 2. You take 6 points of damage. The shot goes off. You can hear upstairs the sounds of shouting. No, they're just on a guess. They're just on a guess. And you hear, shut up. And we will go ahead and roll some initiative.
Yeah. This happened even faster than I thought it would.
Hey!
Well, you got Calum Trogos on your side.
Yeah.
But did you get the other person in the house on your side?
That is true. He was writing patient notes, so...
And he did say there was somebody else in here.
Yeah.
And there he goes, oh, okay.
Yeah.
There was, yeah. So,
Wasn't
okay.
sure how closely a patient might be listening. I guess they don't have a whole lot else to do.
He was just covered with a sheet.
All right, so, Coulter, what'd you get?
7.
7. Deidre?
20.
20. Adelaide?
8.
8. RJ?
7.
Brock?
18.
18. Wonderful.
18.
6.
It's me then you then.
Just the...
Lucky you. Okay. Wow. You guys actually managed to somehow, with that initiative, beat all of them. So, Colton, Brock, RJ. RJ's before Colton, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. All right, Deidre, you are first. You are in this 10-foot wide tunnel. So I guess let me go ahead and just kind of real quick depict it on the map here so you have an idea of what is going on. You are in this tunnel, about 10 feet wide. There's the ladder right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and yeah, so there's an arrow has just shot down and struck struck Adelaide. Struck Adelaide.
Light was over here.
100 foot down.
Okay.
I don't have 100 feet of map.
So it would be RJ and Adelaide behind D because
Sure.
Brock and Colton went down first.
Sure.
So it's how high is the ladder?
About let's say it gets it's 10 feet to the ceiling,
Okay.
and then another 10 feet up.
Okay, so I'm going to use my bonus action to dash to get up to him. Because I'm assuming it's going to be difficult terrain all the way up, yeah?
To dash, so you're going to go ahead and try to push past your allies.
Yeah, which
and
is
start
difficult terrain.
climbing up the ladder. Am I correct on
Right.
that? Okay, sure. It's going to be double movement to go up the ladder as
Right.
you're climbing, unless you have a
So
climb speed.
that's 40.
Okay.
And then it's going through both those squares so I can get up to the knoll. And I'm pulling out my dagger right there, and I'm going to stab him.
Okay, sure. So you're on the ladder right now. He's standing above you. It's a small closet. As you get there, you can hear the sounds of you hear the sounds of shouting and other more of those like high pitched laughter voices.
Mhm.
More gnolls. There are more gnolls here. Okay, so you go up and you try to stab at him.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So we want to grab minis because I can't do this and I'm the exact same time.
This is going to be...
So.
That's going to be a 1 over 20.
Over a 20.
20...
That is a hit.
4. Sorry, not 24, 21. That's going to be 6, 11, brain just stopped working. What's that? 611 plus 3, 14 damage.
Okay, that knoll's already pretty heavily injured. So as you stop, you kind of, and he kind of sort of, and he tips forward. I need you to go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, but with disadvantage because you're in a very cramped, narrow space.
That's going to be a 6.
Okay, he hits you and you both fall. Okay. So that's 20 feet. You land, oh, and you're right underneath. So that is going to be, it's going to break the fall. So you both take 1 point of damage. And are knocked prone.
Okay, gotcha.
Knocked prone. So, who else was Adelaide? Was in the back of Adelaide? Brock, right?
Yeah, it was Adelaide, RJ. Then it was me, then Brock, and Connor.
Got it, done. Okay, so one of the gnolls pitches forward, hits her and lands, and the two of you kind of sprawl out there. All right, excellent. We're gonna go ahead and go from Dieter to Brock.
Brock's going to push past his allies and start climbing the ladder.
Okay.
So you said it's 10 feet up to the top of the ladder from where we are.
20.
It is
10 feet up to the ceiling, and then 10 feet up past that.
correct.
Okay,
20 feet total.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so you have 40 feet of movement to get to the very
Okay.
top.
In that case, he will go ahead and dash. Yeah, I already announced it. And yeah, basically peek up through the closet and try to get an idea of where these other voices might be coming from.
Okay, so let's go ahead. I will grab some minis here. As you, real quick, what's your passive perception again?
11 or 14 if it's due to listening.
I love it. 11, you said?
14 or yeah.
Yeah, it's not listening. So,
okay. Then 11.
Okay, you come face to face with another gnoll. It's kind of sitting right there. They've got this gnoll's got his got a sword drawn, and and as he looks at you, you see that he has a kind of a wicked-looking eye patch, and some stitches kind of coming out underneath it down his cheek. You can see that his hand is also bandaged up, but he's not. His hand is also bandaged up a bit.
Do I know this gnoll?
You do! You do know this gnoll, in fact. As you recognize it, it gives as you recognize it, but it doesn't recognize you.
Yeah.
And so, this is where they came to heal. So you find yourself standing face to face with the gnoll.
I would like to go ahead and rage.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he will basically just be, he'll be standing at the top of the ladder there, prepared to meet the enemy.
Excellent. I'd like to come to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand up for half of my movement.
Sure.
And so, if I like looking up, all I can see is Brock, right?
You see Brock's back.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to step over D and step sort of behind Colton. I'm not sure what I can do in this instance, so I'm going to go ahead and just start singing. I'm going to activate, but I'm not actually. Yeah, I'm going to start singing, and I'm going to do.
RJ, you are next, by the way.
Yes. Sorry. Overbearing rhythm. An attacker targeting the Oh, wait.
Does it rely on Brock being able to see or hear? Or
no, it's supposed to be. I may have misunderstood this one. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do Harmony of Pain. All of us gain a number of temporary hit points equal to my bardic inspiration, which is a D6. So is it that I roll a D6? Is that how that works?
I don't know. You're the expert on your character.
That is what the writing says.
Is that where the bardic inspiration is?
It's a D6.
Then it's a D6.
Okay, so I roll.
What's the range on that? Like, who can be affected by that? The question is, can Brock be affected by that?
Those are 30 feet, I believe.
Then you would be. Okay, you would be at this point. I would assume out of range would be 10, 20 up.
Yeah.
And then, we're going to say you're out of range on this one. Unless it's somehow like 60 feet.
It does become 60.
We're going to say he's
Well,
out of
that's-
range.
okay,
Go ahead and make
okay.
the roll, please.
Everybody gains 2 hit
Okay.
points.
Everyone gains 2 temporary hit points. Wonderful.
Thank you.
And what does that look like to us?
It sounds again like almost polyphonic singing, where it sounds like Adelaide's voice. It's her voice, but multiple times harmonizing with itself.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna pull out my rapier, and I'm gonna just sort of I will ready an action if they come down.
When you're ready in action, you have to specify what that action is. You can't just say.
I'm ready to attack with the rapier if somebody comes down.
And within range of you, correct? Since you're pretty far
Yes,
back. Okay,
like if
just wanna make
somebody, if an enemy comes within melee, I have my rapier.
Sounds good. We're going to go ahead and head to RJ.
Why are we trying to fight in a tunnel? Everybody, back out.
The whole thing's a
1,
tunnel.
2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're off the battlefield. If you leave the battlefield, you're out.
Yeah, but you said there's light this way, so I'm trying to get them to come down the hallway.
Okay. Sure. All right, so you start to head back. Okay, so we will go ahead and go to Colton.
Use a bonus action to. I'm going to take a couple steps backwards, make room at the bottom of the ladder. I'm going to summon bonus action, summon a packed weapon into my offhand, a wicked-looking sickle, have my wand, and if an enemy comes down that ladder, I'm going to take a shot at them.
Sounds good. So here's what happens next. This Knoll right here is going to launch himself at you. So he is going to go ahead and first make an attack
I'm just prepared for
with a bite. That is going to be a miss. He is then going to attack with a short sword that he draws. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're going to go ahead and take 5 points of damage from that. He then takes a second swing with the short sword. Okay, that second swing is going to be a 19 or 18 for sure. I'm going to take another 5 points of damage. He then steps over Adaway here to give room to this one, who also rushes over to try to. Basically, they're trying to tag team you at the doorway here, and it is going to go ahead and do a bite. That's going to be a miss, I assume, with a 13.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll go ahead and attack twice with his short sword. It's going to be a nat 20. With that nat 20, he is going to do another 8 points of damage, because 5 plus 3, so 8 points of damage, and then another attack roll that's a 20, just flat 20.
Yep.
And then you're going to take another 5 points of damage from there. As you hear this one say, "No, they just guessed. The red light was on. We know what it means, and I think you just fucking killed us." And says something in a language. It says his name in a language you don't quite understand. Yeah. This one then backs that way, and he joins in the dog battle trying to get at you. So here's what's going to happen. The first thing he's going to do is he's going to go ahead and try to shove you. Okay. So you need to get a strength saving throw.
Cool.
Against being shoved.
Advantage on it. Because I'm angry. 23.
Right, definitely. Seeing that you are budging, he's going to try to jam his sword into your gut. That is going to be a miss. You easily block that, and then he's going to go ahead and try to take that sword as you're kind of moving out of the way. He's going to try to run it along your arm there, trying to draw some blood there. But you usually kind of knock this one off of you. So the sound, you can hear the sounds of pitch battle up above, kind of ringing through. We are going to go ahead and go to Deidre.
I don't know how you want to use this. I want to, if I stand up and then use my bonus action, do I get the full additional 30 feet? Or is it
what is your normal speed?
30.
You spend 15 feet of movement standing up.
Okay, and then I would use my 15 to get partially up the ladder, so I would only be able to go 10 feet up the ladder. Then if I bonus action, I can keep moving and get the full other 30 feet.
What you would need to do is you would need to subtract 40 feet out of your total movement to get up the ladder. So add all the movement you want to use together, subtract 40 to cover the ladder.
Okay, I can do that.
Wonderful. Because your 15 feet would be halved, rounded down. to 5, so
Oh,
you said
okay.
10. So just
Okay.
subtract 40 from it, and you also subtract 15 from the standing up portion.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so you'd spend a total of
55.
feet to get to dash with your bonus action to get up there.
Right.
Okay, so you're getting up there, and you're at the top of the ladder, but Brock's right there, blocking the way. It's a very small closet. You can't both fit in there at the same time.
And I can attack from an occupied space and then move because I have 5 feet of movement left. Correct.
Yes, but you will have disadvantage on all attack rolls
Okay.
as you're trying to attack from a space that's already being shared by somebody else.
Okay. Okay. So then I will attack with disadvantage to the one that's in front of Brock.
Sure.
For 13.
That's a miss. Unfortunately, Brock's kind of holding the line there, and he's not moving. It feels like he come up behind you as Dee's trying to get through the doorway as well. But it's a lot to try to keep them back and provide her the space as well.
That was move attack bonus, so nothing else.
Excellent. Okay,
Goes
so
for
then
Brock.
you can't end your turn in his square.
Oh yeah, so I moved down. I used my 5 feet to get underneath him.
Did you have 10 feet left, or 10 feet because it's?
I had 5 feet to get to the top, and then 5 feet to move out of his space is what I had left to move out.
He's saying the ladder required just double movement.
Down?
Going down the ladder.
I didn't. And then I didn't have.
So what you're going to do is you're going to give me an acrobatics check to see
Okay.
if you can hop on the ladder with that much speed. Otherwise, you're going to lose your hand. You're going to lose your
Footing.
footing.
God.
You're going to lose your footing and fall.
That is a 10.
Okay, you managed to grasp the ladder with enough strength to keep yourself from falling the distance.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and go from Deidre to Brock. So Brock, you can see that the red light was apparently on.
Yeah.
Someone sent a warning.
Yeah, sounds
but
like it.
you were with Kiln Trolgo, so it clearly wasn't him. But now you have to deal with this. You recognize this knoll.
I
And what do you do?
I'm going to seeing that as much as I would like to take on all these knolls by myself, it might be better in the long term if I pull back and allow my allies to participate. So what he's going to do is he's actually going to take a step back, and he's going to. Oh, go ahead.
We're directly back from you. Like your foot is like hanging over the hole. Right, because it's a real narrow, small.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
Okay, sure.
I would like to take a step back and basically grab D on the way down and like jump down the ladder.
So this is a narrow tunnel that you guys are climbing down. So
Okay,
there's
so it has
no
to be
getting
single file.
past. Oh, absolutely. There's no
Okay.
getting past her. There's
Okay.
only getting through her.
Okay.
Which is why when that null body fell,
Okay. Got it. In that case, I will ready. You know what? No, I'm gonna keep fighting him until he gets out of the way.
Sounds good.
So he's going to swing out with Adelaide at the one Adelaide. With Lucille at the one direction.
Grabs Adelaide, swings her at them.
And this is with the halberd head.
He's gonna name his next weapon after me.
Don't die.
Oh.
Cool. Max damage. So, assuming an 18 hits, it is a total of 14 piercing damage.
Heavily injured. This null, who you don't recognize this particular null, because I guess the one with the eye patch has gone off to the side. The one in the middle, who is who the last one to join in the throng, the one you had the prayer shot on, very heavily injured. What's something unique about this null?
Has a distinctive pattern like taken out of its ear, like really weird bite out of it. Like
Ooh.
what even made that bite?
Weird bite here. Yeah.
I like that one.
Hey, wonderful. We're gonna go ahead and go from Brock to Adelaide.
I can do a lot with them up there, and me being on the ladder doesn't help anyone. I'm gonna move up to the bottom of the ladder, and I'm going to I'm gonna yell up to the one that I heard that spoke, right? Because one of them called out. So I'm gonna yell up.
This is not something you can hear from down the ladder.
Okay.
Down past. You're not hearing this conversation that
Okay.
they are having. So you can hear the sounds of fighting above, but you aren't in that situation necessarily. So you can yell something up if you like, but it's from before you're not hearing the details of what are being said at this point.
It's weird because
The one who had yelled down the hole is dead on the ground.
right.
Yeah.
The way this is worded is not clear, so I will just assume I can't do it. However, yep, I realize I can't, so I'm gonna move back. No, ready an attack action like I did last time.
Hey, RJ, you've been you started to try to retreat down the tunnel, but you don't see anyone really following you. What are you gonna do?
The moment I realize that they are not following, I'll use my turn to get back into the map.
Wonderful. So you start heading back towards. You can feel, by the way, the further you get down that tunnel, by the way, the more heat you feel.
Okay. When I come back in the map, is it just on the front first?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. We're gonna go ahead and go to Colton.
Well, there's not much I can do. They're at the top of that ladder. We'll shift a space forward, and same thing. Packed weapon, wand ready. If an enemy comes down, whether it's from a fall or climbing down, if it's not one of my friends, I'm shooting it.
Sounds good. We're gonna go ahead and go to the knolls. So they are the one that you have just struck is going to again try to first push you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm rolling. I don't roll.
Does a 14 make it?
It does.
Okay.
Okay. Then it's going to go ahead and try to stab you.
Okay.
And that is going to be a hit for 5. And then another stab. That was going to be a flat-out miss. You get an opportunity attack.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Close quarters fighting.
Yeah, it's a 21 to hit for 8 piercing damage.
We're going to hit for 8 piercing damage. Okay, you actually managed to kill him. So he lunges forward and you got Lucille there. Real quick, Lucille's a big, like a bladed slashing weapon.
Previously, it had an axe blade on it. I have replaced the axe blade with a more versatile, like halberd type blade
That can be piercing. Right?
Which is what I've been doing in this. Yeah,
Good. Wonderful. Love it. Smart. Okay, so it goes down. Another one steps over in its place.
Which one goes down?
The one in the middle.
The middle. Okay.
Actually, here's what's going to happen: as it goes down, the other two have just seen 2 of their own go down here.
Mm-hmm.
They are actually going to bolt. One's going to open up the door to the left. The other one's going to go exactly where you were saying. So they see what's happening. They split up and bolt.
Okay. I will. Oh wait, I spent my reaction.
You did. That's why they're doing it. 5, 10, 15, or so. They were here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
And another movement, so I guess.
Okay. We go to Deidre.
Dee is going to move up the ladder out.
Sure.
She's going to use a dash. So then that would be because I'm
Going after the one on the left or the right.
I don't know how far he ran, so because he's out the door.
You don't. Yeah, he's out there. You have no idea.
Yeah, so I'm going with the one I know is still there. So I'm going to 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Because that's 10.
Okay, sure. You reach over there and you see them there.
I'm going to then throw my dagger that I have in my hand into his back.
Sure.
That's going to be a 15.
As a hit.
I'm going to use a coin to max damage on one of these. That's going to be 10, 11, 12.
12 points of damage?
Yeah.
Okay, he's severely injured. Blood all over the floor, but he's still running.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and go from Deidre to Brock.
Well, she took off after that one, so he will turn and try to catch the one fleeing out of this door. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20.
So at this point, you don't see the space between this and the next door.
Okay.
He's not there. He's actually he's not in this alley. So the street is right at that line. So you don't see him there. So he must have already reached the street.
Okay.
What do you do?
Shit. I'm not going to chase him.
Okay. Yeah, realizing the potential danger, you go ahead and step back towards the house. We will go to Adelaide. Anything?
I'm gonna move up to the ladder, and seeing that nobody is on it, I will move up so I can move up those 5, 10.
Take a dash to get to the top.
Yeah.
Okay. RJ.
I guess we're going back. So I will take my movement and action, and I get just below the.
I'll move up to the ladder and get ready to go up after he goes up.
We'll go to the.
You can actually start getting up because I didn't go onto it.
Sure.
We'll go to the knoll. The knoll is going to hit the front door and push the rest of the way open and keep running out the door.
Okay.
And you get out onto the streets. Okay. And you can see that he's bolting to the left. Down the street.
Is that the direction to the Orb Cafe? Or
You're in a completely different district.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they were...
Deidre, what do you do?
I'm not going to pursue them because I see Brock coming back in, so we're not pursuing them.
Okay.
So.
All right. So they escape. Kiln Cholgas is looking over, kind of as you both of you kind of come in, and the rest of you are kind of climbing up out of the hole. The tiefling Kiln is like looking at the body of the ground on at the body of the knoll that was left on the ground there, and he's or actually. Yeah, here's how I like it. As you guys come back in, and the three of you get up, you see Kiln trying to staunch the bleeding of the dead knoll. And does anybody move to stop him?
No.
Oh, all right. You can, as he's wrapped in the bandages, he shoots you all a look, look and says to you, "Okay, help me get him on the table."
I go and try.
Between the two of you, you're able to get the on the table where he has a much better vantage point. He sets to work beginning to try to stop the bleeding and stabilize him. All right, so you helped Count get the tiefling, or not the tiefling. You helped get the knoll back on the table, and he sets to sewing up the fallen knoll. It takes a few minutes for him to get through and you see the knoll is like shallowly breathing on the table. Count steps back and kind of wipes a little bit of sweat off his brow. He looks, his hands are shaking a little bit. He goes, "By the shadows. This is messy."
You gonna be able to stay here?
I have to figure. Probably not. No, you killed someone in my home, and now it's going to be very clear that 20 gold is. I'm keeping that. I kept on my end of the bargain.
Yes, you did. Will that door stop them from getting to you?
No.
Do you need us to stick around?
No, don't. I don't want to be seen with you. I have to leave now.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Fuck. He grabs the bag, and as he's like starting to like grab things off the shelves and stuff, starting to shove them into the bags. Fuck.
All right. Well, we're gonna go then.
Do you have another place to go?
I am not your friend. I'm not going to be giving you my whereabouts. Do whatever the heck you all want to. So why are you asking me my whereabouts? You're not. We are done with contact after this. Is that clear?
Yeah, clear with me.
Good. He starts. He runs upstairs.
I go down to the closet and slide down the ladder.
We have a boat to catch.
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
You hear the sound of him rummaging around upstairs for a little bit, and soon you hear the sounds as you're trying to head down the ladder. You eventually hear the sound like him leaving.
Yeah.
The house.
I'm going to be the last through the closet door. Is there any way to set up a lock or like a brace to hold it shut?
There's nothing here. There's nothing in the closet that you see that could work for that. Not really.
Okay.
It's not really made to be a defensible position.
Okay.
But you may have some time.
No, we need to get it. Which way does the door open? I know that's a weird question, but is it out or in?
Out.
I should take the rope I have, and I get the handle, and I tie as tight as I can to the top of the ladder, just to give us a little bit more, and then I go down, just to make them have to work to get through it.
Okay. All right.
I know it's not much, but it's something.
Time passes as you wade down in this tunnel. As you reach the end of the tunnel, that's where you see it opens up a little bit, just this sort of landing, and then a sharp drop. Looking over, you can see there's tons of mist and smoke, but you can see the glow is coming from down below. Presumably the lava flows, probably a couple of 100 feet down, you would guess. It's a long fall. There's no way down. And you do see there's a ring on the kind of bolted into the stone wall right at the opening, like a big ring bolted there.
By this point, Brock's disguise definitely would have worn off.
Looking out over the plateau edge, do we see the boat coming?
Nope. You see mist, you see glow from down below, probably from a couple 100 feet down. That's all you see.
Would it? That's what I did. I looked. So
We're not going turn by turn.
Oh, okay. I want to examine the ring. Like, is it like a giant ring, like a mooring ring, like someone would tie off to like hold something in place,
Like a ship.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Nervously fiddling with his wand.
I had thought he had said that there was.
This is a children's show.
I thought he had indicated that maybe one already waiting down here, so I'm looking around very diligently to make sure that.
I'll remind you, he actually was having you wait. Was having you wait up there at the dinner table when you guys said you wanted to go. He said you can wait here, and then he said later I send you down when it's time. So there isn't anybody.
Okay.
There's anybody down here actually when you arrive down.
Cool.
So you get the impression that maybe kind of combined with that, this and based on the clues you got, this may be some time. You're not actually sure when this boat will arrive.
While we're waiting, Brock asks Adelaide, would you be willing to give me kind of a little touch up? Like, not make me look super different, but I don't know. Hide the distinctive scar, maybe. Maybe powder up my fur a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure. The smoke and the moisture is going to make applying on it such very difficult. This is not ideal circumstances for this. So Adelaide, that any disguises you apply here of a physical nature are going to have disadvantage on the roll.
This is yours. Okay. I have advantage, but I think it's only if it's myself. Because it says your disguise is another person. So. That is 17. And the D4 I only get with my instruments, right? Not with kits.
Do you have expertise in disguise kits?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then
Then
yes.
you would get a D4.
I don't know before you talk so I do not know your characters nearly as well as you guys do.
21.
Okay.
And what are you being disguised as now?
Still a bugbear, but a different one. One a little bit probably older with the powder that's being applied to give it a little bit of a gray cast.
Old mercenary bugbear.
Yeah.
Sure, sounds good. Okay. Anything of importance you do during the time that you have?
Is it possible for me to do a short rest for myself?
You certainly try. You don't know how much time it is, but sure. You want to try to get a rest in?
I'll just be resting then as well.
Being ready.
Brock's going to be resting while listening very keenly up the at the bottom of the ladder.
You don't hear any sounds coming from up there. It's been quiet for a while.
Besides the mooring, RJ's specifically looking around and looking at kind of this whole setup. Besides the mooring, there's nothing that connects to anything out there, right? It's just space.
Open space.
And then the distance and then the lava. Out on the edges, is there any,
It's hard to see far because of all of the smoke and the
Yeah.
mist that are rising up. You just see, stone, and if you kind of look up a little bit, you can see, dim lights from above, probably from the buildings that are probably about 40 feet, because the ground level is about 40 feet up. Or about 20 feet up, sorry, my apologies.
any walkages or anything
No.
on the... Okay,
No,
thank you.
not over here. Not that you can see.
If I can change from resting, is the ground something I would be able to look at and discern, what is passed through here, creature-wise?
It's hard stone. It'd be extremely difficult to be able to determine that.
Okay.
And with the moisture and the constant smoke, it'd be, I would say, maybe some soot. I would say, sure, with the soot, we'll say with the soot, you can just tell that plenty of people have passed through here at one point or another, though how recently, that's hard to tell. But this area does seem to be used, but maybe not with a lot of frequency, but yeah.
There's definite use. It's not like we're being...
There's use, yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else, Devin?
No, at least for the first hour.
I think I'd like to take the creative weapons over closer to the edge of the tunnel so that it's in view.
Sure. Okay. An hour goes by. You said the first hour, so is there something else you wanted to do?
No, I'm going to try to keep track, because after enough time, we may have to reevaluate. So if you'd let us know, as hours go by.
Okay. 1 hour goes by. You are able to get in you guys are pretty much not doing anything, so you guys can all get the benefits of a short rest.
Sweet.
Second hour goes by.
This. The longer we wait, the more likely it is that they get word ahead.
Well, and if it was supposed to be coming soon enough that he was having to wait to come down, if it takes too long, that seems to indicate that plans have changed.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. He did say, he offered us tea and stuff, so he's going to wait a while.
Right, but I think if it was 4 hours, he'd probably just say it's not going to be for a while, rather than... He didn't seem like someone who liked company.
I think he kind of sold it through us and then didn't really care about the time anymore.
I don't want to read too much into his behavior, given what we've put him through.
Well, the next question would be, obviously we'll wait a little bit longer, but if we need to backtrack, what is our next plan? If we go back up, where are we going?
Well, do we want to try the entrance in the confection shop? Or do you think that's going to lead to the same place?
I don't think it'll lead to the same place. I think it'll lead to another way to get to there. I think we will have to fight through that a little more immediately, but that may not be a bad thing, because I mean, post-initial fight, we might have a clear way. So, let's give it just another hour, say, and if we don't see any, we start heading that way, maybe? Thoughts?
I mean, quite frankly, I think it's been long enough now that they've probably set something up waiting for us upstairs, but, yeah,
You heard no sounds. No sounds have come from above. No, nothing.
Well, I'm paranoid, so
I say we wait.
Give it 1 more hour and then we'll reevaluate.
Okay, so no change then, right?
Yeah, no change.
All right. Then another hour goes by, and as you are sitting there, kind of gathering your things, starting to give up hope, you see a faint light, kind of just across the kind of moving through the smoke and the mist, and as you wait, you can see, kind of watch. You can see that the light grows like brighter, and stronger, and soon coming through the mist and the smoke, you see emerges an older-looking sky taxi, kind of just making its way. It makes its way up to the landing. Okay. You can see that there is a very rugged. Kind of a rugged-looking half-elf man, bald pate, dark circles under his eyes, face is covered in soot and smoke, and clothes are threadbare as he wills the ship to the edge. And as he does so, he nods to all of you, and he just nods to all of you.
I start
Start to walk on.
yeah, grab the crate.
As you all step onto the ship, he goes two pence. Of course.
Hand it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 coffers from each of you. Mm-hmm. And as you board the ship and drag the box on, he asks no questions. He just simply he did moor the ship on the large ring, by the way.
Okay.
And then I'll unmoor, and then he will will it to kind of turn, and the ship kind of like tips a bit as it does so. It's and the ride's a little bit umpy, and you know that a few hundred feet below is just rivers of lava, but the ship sort of just begins to move on through the mists. The air is thick here, and the heat is palpable. Once you kind of leave that tunnel, you can feel waves of heat. You feel the sweat coming down your brow, and the moisture of the moisture from the waters that hit. You see, there are waterfalls. You can kind of see some of it. I think you can see like these waterfalls from like rivers from the north of the city kind of hit the lava flows down below in certain portions and cause like big, like large steam clouds that also mix with the smoke and such. You can hear the sounds, and as you drift away from the wall, you can see more lights kind of where the city is up above. And you can also see like other lights now as you move further away, kind of other tunnels or such built in. You remember that there are portions of the city that are built into the plateaus themselves. You've been to one. So you in below Lower Dura is, I believe it's the there's a industrial district that's actually down below, but the tunnel that you were in doesn't seem to be directly connected. Yeah, the cocktail divide that into 2 separate. Yeah,
Black Bones and
Ash Black. Yeah, Ash Black is below. I believe Ash Black is below is below Dura, and Black Bone. No, Black. Where Onatar's Tears is another one. Yeah, you get it.
That's Black Bones.
But they mentioned Kyber's Gate. Now, Kyber's Gate, there are rumors that the 2 of you the 3 of you from the lower wards have heard that there is a 3rd district, a secret district of Sharn that has been mentioned only in kind of passing whispers. A place where that makes Malion's Gate look like a middle ward, right? A place of the most a place of criminals who do not want to be found, or the most wretched of Sharn's denizens, the mole people who live underground, go and live in Kyber Gate,
Making a series of tunnels.
they say. Rumors have it that rumors abound about Kyber's Gate. You know, they're fairly recently, a few months ago, a citywide proclamation went out opening up under Sharn, or Dashrat, on the ruins beneath Sharn, the ruins of a goblin empire that once lay here before Sharn came in, an great underground ruin, and that Kyber's Gate is built. Some would say that the Kyber's Gate is actually is a chunk of the lost nation of Dashrat. It's carved out of these ancient ruins, but again, these are all rumors and conjecture. It is said that Dashrat is to be haunted by monsters, and only the most brave or foolish would go down below. Recently, the city of Sharn has issued out a proclamation that Dashrat will be open to adventurers with a charter to be allowed to adventure within and find the secrets that lay below. Many have gone, though. Not very many have ever returned.
Oh.
So, the passage across to the central plateau is slow, and it is. I'm going to say precarious. The ship does not feel like the comfortable, smooth ride of the sky taxis that you have taken above. No. This ship is old. There are holes inside of its sails. There are holes inside of its sails, and holes inside of its sails. And the ship, you can see there are cracks, and there's cracks and soot all over. This ship has not been very well taken care of.
I assume with the time and the amount of steam / humidity, those of us that have had our disguises on for a while, also are affected, if not found mute at this point.
Yeah, actually, no, I already had the idea. Wonderful. Yeah, don't give me ideas. That's actually a wonderful point, because what's actually happened here is those of you who do not have a magical disguise, I've just flat out taken 5 off of it from the sweat and the moisture and the soot. So I've just reduced all of your numbers by 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Did your scar just fall off?
Pardon me, wasn't your mole on the other side? I have a mole.
Colton's scar at this point, the scars that he's added in, have just all but faded away. But a little bit of soot in the right places. You may not notice. If your driver has noticed, he has said nothing as he slowly floats you all across the lava far below.
We're probably the least scrupulous types he's had on.
Is there anything on the ship?
You're covered in. One of you is covered in blood.
That's fair.
You're both wearing a bunch of weapons, and less scrupulous.
This man knows to keep his mouth shut.
Is there anything on the ship that actually identifies him in any sort of way, like a personality that he puts onto the ship? I'm just curious.
You mean insight check?
Okay, this one. Oh, net 20, 24, plus 3, 4, 7.
So these ships can only be powered by dragon-marked house members of House Lyrandar. Okay. They must be at House Lyrandar. They must be have a mark to be able to power the ship and drive it. So for someone and that would be typically someone who's granted a very good position.
Okay.
Within their structure. They tend to take all the skydivers have written. There's a lot of pride put in them, because these are these are we're not talking like a rickshaw that's running you down the street and ride. We're talking like a limo freaking showed up and picked you up. We call them sky taxis, but it's like a limo shows up and takes you somewhere, right?
You have to walk the dang bridge.
Exactly. And the condition of himself, these dark circles and threadbare clothes, and the condition of the ship tells you that this is someone who is either very hard up on their luck or someone who very much does not care anymore. You suspect it's a combination of both.
Okay. I think when we got on the ship, I don't think she could help, but I think I would be trying to look and see if on his body anywhere I see a mark.
Yeah, you can actually see a subtle glow coming from his back.
my urge to strike a conversation with this guy is combating with I don't want to distract him while we're shaking precariously over a couple hundred feet over a lava flow.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him concentrate.
Yeah.
You just start hearing like the proverbial nuts and bolts. Like you just feel them coming loose as it's shaking.
Oh no!
Okay. The ship suddenly starts to shake violently as you notice that the and the sails kind of change direction. That begins to shake violently.
Steady myself.
And the thing starts to kind of tip a bit. It starts to turn.
Looking back at the driver, does it seem like he is concerned about this?
He has the barest hint of a smirk on his face.
Oh god!
As barest hint of a smirk on his face.
Do a barrel roll.
I'm making sure that I've got like a good grip on Breland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can tell that his eyes are falling upon those who are grabbing onto, white knuckling the railing as the thing just suddenly hits a boom, and he just stops as it and you see that you've hit a wall, but that is a tunnel. You've gotten to the other side. You see he kind of steps up, and as the ship kind of starts to float back a little bit, he kind of hops off at the mooring rope, ties it off to another loop, and you see a tunnel leading off into darkness. It says, points down the tunnel.
Yeah, very quickly disembarking the boat.
Grabbing box.
All right, you grab the box and drag it off of the boat.
I follow.
You see a tunnel leading off into into darkness.
I will.
You have another landing. He unmoors the rope as you guys get off and starts to sail off.
Well, we are here now.
Here we are.
It's like hearing an old car back up.
Too late for second thoughts.
Dee's going to scout up ahead, stealthily, just to try to see what's down the tunnel, the dark tunnel.
Okay.
And then come back if they're not following. So
I figure we'll follow behind a little bit.
Follow.
Okay, so you all begin to move up the tunnel then.
Yes.
So roll stealth check, everybody. But Dee's trying to get up ahead of you, actually.
Yeah.
So hold on here. So let's take a pause here. The stealth check, I understand. Like, when you stick up ahead, you need to explain when you come back.
Yeah.
We have to figure out what happens, since maybe something happened to you done. So let's just go and stick with that first. So you're just got ahead. I'm not going to negate that. So give a stealth check here.
that's going to be 3, 10, 13.
Wonderful. So you start moving up towards down the tunnel here. You have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. You're moving down. You can see up ahead. There's a T intersection.
Okay.
And as you head up, you can hear voices.
Am I able to discern what they're saying or what direction they're coming
As
from?
you get closer to do so, they're up towards the T intersection.
I'm going to try to move forward to try to hear what they're saying.
You move forward and you hear. Do you speak Goblin?
Oh yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, excellent. You hear. I wonder who you got on the docket for today. Oh, I'm going to buy yourself the biggest tub of popcorn. Oh, I love it. I'm going to drizzle it with butter. You got to be watching your heart there, Larry. Well, it's still a fun time. If the wife ain't here, what is she going to do about it? And you see, walking across, there's two goblins just walking past, and one of them looks over at you and goes, "You doing, Crouchy McCrouchy?" And then just keeps walking past the T intersection to the left. Because even though you're hiding, they don't have to hide behind.
Yeah. Then I just saunter
In fact,
back.
more people are coming down and walking the same direction. You
Well,
see,
I'm gonna correct myself. Like, as soon as someone says McCrouchy, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I'm gonna stand up straight now.
I'm crouching. Let's drop something.
Yeah.
all enemies now saying the crouch here whenever they walk. All the turns like out of stealth, damn it.
And basically, I'm gonna go back and pull the others forward,
All right, cool.
and then direct them to the left tunnel where everyone was walking.
Wonderful the flow.
You head up to the you go to get to the tunnel. Get to the tunnel. You see there's a hall and a crowd of people and some lights up ahead, and the tunnel's just choked with all manner of people. All of them look real rough and tumble types, real scrapper types, right? Real. Actually, they're all they're all like dressed in like brightly colored jerseys, and such. It's like a brightly colored jerseys. One of them has like a finger made out of like burlap and stuff. Something he's like holding up says like number one. And such. Just a big crowd of really excited people. A bunch of them are like passing around like flasks to each other, and it just seems like a real good time happening right up there.
Tiny bit of dissonance there. All right.
So it's a big excited crowd. As you guys eventually you get to the front of the line, and you see there is a kobold on a what do you call it, a barrel, and he is he's as you get to the front of the line, he goes, you here for the fight, huh?
Yeah.
All right, who are you rooting for, buddies?
All of the fighters.
Newcomers, then. Don't got a favorite yet. All right, that'll be 5 copper apiece per entry. 5 copper apiece.
Give him the 5 copper.
Wonderful, excellent.
Who's your favorite?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite?
Oh, the big one.
Oh, the
I
big
love
one.
him.
Man after my own heart.
Is he wearing a jersey that
You're a
says
big
the
guy
big
too.
one?
What?
Is he wearing a jersey that says the big one?
Yeah, I'm wearing. No, he's not. He's actually wearing he's just wearing like leather armor. Where in white paint. Across there's just the monster's eye symbol. Pasted across it.
Okay.
You can see that he has like a knife in a sheath at his side, and he's got a bow strapped across his back, or like a crossbow strapped across his back. He goes, yeah, well, have a good time in the fight, sir. Get yourself some popcorn. Big old tub! Head on in!
Yeah.
That's you, and here's somebody yelling, hold up the line!
I move.
Go pee! And you guys start heading in, and he goes, all right, hold on. What's that? And he kind of points to this very large box that you guys are dragging in.
Delivery.
Yeah, we got a delivery after we.
So why'd you come in through this door? You should have gone through the back door!
Yeah,
Nobody told us what.
You ain't the usual guys!
Yeah. Last minute notice. Where's the back door? I kind of like, where's the back door?
Yeah, oh my gosh!
Is it all
Hold
the way-
on. Hey, Rickett! And you see, kind of running down the hall is another kobold. He goes, yeah, what do you need? He goes, they got a shipment. They got a shipment of something. He goes, yeah, you're holding up the line. Why'd you go through the back door? And he goes, they went to the front door. Yeah, but why did you go through the back door? These aren't our usual guys. And he goes, I need to get this line moving. Get them where they need to go. Rickett goes, yeah. Come on. Yeah.
Lead the way.
Well, you ain't the usual guys. Who are you?
Galinda had a bit of an upset, so...
I don't know anything about Galinda, but, alright.
Yeah.
I just get paid to move boxes, man. That's all.
Alright. I'll have you bring the box, this way. He leads you down the hall. It's all like there's all these torches kind of set up. And you can see that there are, there's a door leading open to stairs on your left. Kind of like stairs current, and most people are kind of funneling in that direction, but a few still are heading forward like you are. You head forward, there's another door leading in that has staircase leading, like circling off towards the same direction as the last one, and other people are funneling in there. He takes you to the right, you enter a chamber, and you can see in the chamber there is a large lit chamber. And you can see that in the chamber you see a large figure floating above the stone, surrounded by 4 slightly smaller figures. This figure is it's like an orb shape with a large central eye that's kind of yellow and putrid, and it's got these 8 little stalks kind of sticking up out of its body, but they sort of droop down. You can see that there's like hunks, like bits of its skin are like hanging off of it in like tattered, like torn chunks, and you can see that there's just like this kind of mess on the floor that seems to kind of be dripping off a bit. The other 4 figures are also similar orb-shaped, but you don't see any dripping viscera coming off of these. They have about like 6 or 7 eye stalks apiece as these beholders, but not quite living, judging by the one the one in the middle there. Sort of kind of turns his face toward you, and Ricketts goes. Ricketts kind of just stops and goes, oh, I forgot about these guys. Yeah, leave the box here. Gonna just shove it into the room there, and then we'll just take it from here, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you guys shove it in. You see this large undead beholder, this zombie holder, just sort of like just sort of watches as the box slides across the floor. And Ricketts like kind of has stepped back from the door and kind of just shivers and goes, you still wait in the back door. You guys staying for the fights?
I mean, yeah, we all looking for him.
Who you rooting for?
The big one.
The big one's the best! I love the big one! What's so funny? It's my voice, isn't it?
Adorable.
She's just enthusiastic.
Everybody says that, but let me tell you, I'm fierce, but not quite the big one fierce, but I'm fierce. Okay, I'm joking. I'm adorable.
Not all of us can be the big one, fierce.
Depends on where you're talking.
Uncomfortable.
All right, let me lead you to your seats. You want in the back rows or you want in the front rows?
Front rows, please.
Front rows are great because sometimes the blood splashes up on your face.
Yeah.
And just as a question, what was that in there?
Oh, that's the eye orb.
Okay.
Something I don't know. It's a bit above my pay grade, if you know what I mean.
Look gross.
I only work here on the weekends.
Yeah, it looked terrifying.
If I can lead you to your seats,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, it's
All
great.
right. And he'll lead you. He goes kind of leads you back to that first set of staircases, right? And he leads you down, and it opens up into this. The staircase kind of winds down a bit, and it opens up into this massive domed, this very large domed chamber. Now, at first glance, you might have assumed that this was a temple. It's large, arched ceiling. You can see the remnants of like frescoes up there, although time has certainly rendered time and neglect have rendered those whatever's on there not quite as stunning as they were before. The arena that this has turned into is a large circular space. You can see that one half of the circle, kind of half that you're entering here, one half of the circle, kind of along the circular room, are these bleachers, the stone bleachers, kind of overlooking a large central space. And on the opposite side of the bleachers, there is kind of past the like sand-covered floor, right? The sand-covered arena portion in the middle. You see that there's a raised stage, and a raised stage, and you can see that that there are a number of people on the stage at this point, and you can see that hanging from behind the stage are these large large tapestries. Large tapestries and what do you call them? The things they're like long tabards. Tabards? Right? Okay, tabards
Like the things that hang down and have like the.
Oh, I thought tabards were just the things you wear. Are those the same? Are they the same?
Those are tabards.
They're also called.
Oh, I've learned something new. Large tabards. All of them are a variety of different colors, but you can see they've all been whatever symbology they had on them were painted over with a large symbol of the monster's eye. And there's just a wild collection of them. just like hung all over and like overlapping one another. It looks very strange, I guess.
Does it look like it's a collection of like victory? Like, here are enemies we defeated? Or
Well,
they
there's not a
literally
sign that says victory on it, so it's hard to tell without actually talking to someone. I don't know what it would look like otherwise, but it could be. But right now, what it looks like is a large number of tapestries and tabards painted with the monster's eye over them. As you are brought to these, the seats are filling up quickly. You see all manner of people down here. But though, when I say all manner of people, I mean like different ancestries. You see goblinoids, goblinoids of all stripes, humans. You see a number of orcs. You can see some more interesting, less popular ones. You know, subhuman. Not saying they are subhuman. Saying the race subhuman. I'm trying to think of what sub-goblins, less popular ones. I don't know what I meant by that. What I mean is less populous races.
It keeps getting worse.
You actually see like as you're like stepping through to your seat, Rick, it's just kind of like weaving through. You like step over a woman who has her who has her legs up, and you can see that her legs are like just like bird claw feet, and she's got arms of wings, and she goes "Ah!" as she gets frustrated that she has to move her legs, but the person in the seat in front of her seems actually, or person on the bench, as soon as she moves her feet, like shifts over to get more space on their bench, which then causes her extreme frustration. You guys are set down a little bit over to the side. In the middle of all this, you see vendors are kind of walking through, little like kobolds, calling out for going, snacks, ale, large tubs of popcorn with all the butter, and you hear some other people go, butter,
I'm so
and
excited about butter.
Butter popcorn's the best.
And you see, it's a big sporting affair.
Yeah,
neat.
And Rick goes, I hear you guys have a great time. Enjoy the fights. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, thanks, Ricketts.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
And he will scamper off.
I'll call over. Ale?
And you hear, hail for you!
How much?
He holds up 2 fingers.
Boom. I kind of like get over to him and get him 2 copper.
Okay. He takes him and he hands it over to you.
Beautiful.
You guys go, smart. You came and got it yourself. Smart.
Yeah.
You see somebody else's like a beer gets past them, and then by the time he gets to him, it's already happened.
I've been to sporting games before. You go to a Royals game, everybody drinks your beer halfway to get down.
I look to the left and right, and me to the east. I'm like, so, is there betting on these?
Oh yeah.
And how would that happen?
And as you hear that, you see another kobold walking up and down the aisles, going, taking bets. And you see a number of people are already like crowding around him. Bets over here, and offering various odds on the various combatants. So,
are they announcing? Sorry, go ahead.
With that person, sense motive on what seems to be the best rep odds.
I'm not that prepared, Dennis.
Okay.
You start hearing a lot of names tossed out, but quickly they're cut off.
Gotcha.
As the entire crowd goes silent, as torches flare from the stage on the other side, and you see a familiar face step out. A tall, lithe man with ruddy brown scales on his skin, and he's wearing a fine suit. And you can see that his head is it looks like he has sort of like a kind of a slick back cornrow look, but you can see the rows kind of riding a bit. You recognize the snake-headed man from the sewers so long ago. And as the crowd goes quiet, as he steps up to the stage and he says, welcome one and all to Kavala's Games. And you hear people go, yeah! And kind of waits for a moment before he kind of says, may I introduce your patron, Kavala. And he kind of bows and steps aside, and revealing an empty stone throne behind him. And the crowd real quiet for a moment as they gaze upon this empty throne. And you can see suddenly there's fog and smoke starting to roll in from behind the stage. And you see a light red, another light blue, and you can kind of come upon the stage there, and another light white, kind of illuminating the entire thing, kind of bringing that smoke, giving it kind of a ominous looking feel. And you hear from all around you the sounds of trumpets. No, wait, kobolds going da, 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 but all in unison as the crowd begins to chant Kabbalah, 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 Kabbalah. And suddenly there's just a loud boom. And in the chair is sitting a very large woman. Deep red skin. Deep red skin tone, but her skin seems to be not smooth like that of humans or an elf, but rather dry, kind of dried and cracked, dried and cracked skin, great rins in the flesh, and underneath you can see sort of a glowing, pulsing light from somewhere beneath the that dried cracked skin. You can see that around her neck, she wears a large golden necklace with a large pendant eye, the monster's eye, above, kind of just nestled on her chest there. The clothes that the garb that she wears is a long, kind of take a white robe, but it's been singed with flames upon it. And you can see that her eyes, which sort of peer through the darkness, glow with this sort of fiery orange. And as she leans forward, you can see these tiny horns kind of jutting out, and these great tusks kind of coming out from her smiling mouth. And she leans forward in the chair, and kind of looking at the crowd with a ringed hand raised towards him, and goes, "Well, let the games begin." And the crowd just goes ape shit. And we will go ahead and end the session there for the night.
Okay. We're gonna watch some people beat the shit out of each other.
I have a picture of Kavala. I didn't have it printed off because I wasn't expecting to see Kavala. But you guys want to see a quick picture of her?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I want to see Kavala.
I love this picture. It's one of my favorite pictures.
So is she half tiefling, half orc?
No, she's significantly larger.
Oh
no, she's very large.
She big.
When I say large, I mean she's large size.
She big lady.
She's definitely a big lady. I have this picture that I love.
She's a nice lady.
All I really have is just the face.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the one
We made a mistake.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, she's about 10 feet tall, I'd say.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I forgot to mention the bulging muscles and the
Well, the fact
It was implied.
you had ringed flesh with molten something.
Yeah, I
underneath
just I
that,
got that. I love the this how her forehead is like ripped in two here.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, that's her whole body in my mind. Anyway, so okay, sorry, that should show you guys that. Anyway,
she's ripped, literally and figuratively.
all right. Well, we're about coming to an end here.
Yes.
So Cassie, how is your character feeling about the events of tonight?
Adelaide is feeling very out of her depth. Literally, we are way lower in the city than is her sort of area of expertise, and so she's been leaning on her partners, and it doesn't feel like we have the clearest plan. I think right now is they've been sitting in the crowd, and as Harash showed up, and then the entrance of Kavala, she's been very intently watching and trying to pay attention, but also sitting next to Brock. I think she's got kind of a death grip on your arm. For security. So I think she's feeling very out of her depth and ill prepared for this.
All right, well, your arm's being clutched to there. So how is Brock feeling?
Trying not to act afraid. I think. Maybe the sound of the crowd is doing a lot to hide that, but we're definitely kind of in over our heads here. He feels. He knew Dask was a thing. He didn't realize it was a thing on this scale. I don't think. We might have to improvise a different plan than go directly into the lair of this very scary. But we'll figure something out, I'm sure.
How's RJ doing?
A job is a job, a task is a task. He's paying attention to the edges. He's trying to get as much information as possible and just figure out the best angle to come at this.
Cool. All right, fair enough. How's Deirdre feeling about this?
Deirdre's getting caught up in like the whole like gravitas and like theatrical nature of this entire fighting ring, because what it's calling back to her is like the rat fights that her and Lloyd used to bet on and like cheer on, like, come on Red, go Red Rat. And so she's like getting caught up in that, and she's really like, maybe we can get Lloyd and Kit to come and see one of these after we take care of this whole thing. So she's like she's just caught up in like thinking about all this other stuff.
Sure. I'm imagining, to me in my mind, all I can think of here is pro wrestling combined with Roman Empire.
Yes,
that's what I have in my head. Like, that's why she's wearing basically like a toga in my mind, like a gold necklace got singed, and then like they introduce her in a very pro wrestling way. I like the thing like.
She's got spotlights and everything.
Yeah, right. All right, how is that? How is Connor? Connor, how's Colton doing about this?
I've got a mug of what I'm assuming is slightly better than piss poor ale. We're gonna watch a fight.
I'll tell you, it's actually all right. It's not like shitty. That's like decent ale for a decent price.
Maybe a little watered down, but you gotta.
No, it's decent ale for a decent price.
Hey, well, he's got a mug of decent ale in his hand. We're gonna watch a fight. We're gonna get the fuck out of here. We're gonna get the fuck out. We're gonna find a different exit than the way we came. We're gonna go the fuck home, and we're gonna reevaluate our position, because nothing can fucking go right lately. Nothing can go right.
Love it. Okay, well, that is it. Hey, for those of you at home watching, thank you so much for being here with us, taking this journey with us. No, I'm not getting that heavy-handed. Thank you for being here. It was a fun episode, and I really looking forward to seeing you in the next 2 weeks, so you can watch what happens as the players are clearly way in over their head. And we'll see exactly what happens. So, yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
The Beastman.
Dang it,